Hey everyone, Steph Pastore with Long Realty. Thanks for joining me today. For today's video, I really wanted to go through, I know you're hearing a lot right now that it's a seller's market, that homes are selling so fast, that buyers are making multiple offers on homes, and that's all true. And at the same time, we're asking you to sell your house. If you've been thinking about selling, now is the time. We've been hammering that message. So you might be a seller thinking about selling, but also thinking, well, where am I going to go after we sell our house? What am I supposed to do? Our house is going to sell fast. Buyers are having a hard time finding a house. What are we going to do? So it's a good question. And I thought I would just take a few minutes to explain some options to let you know what it is you're going to do if you sell your house and need to move into a different house. So this video is primarily for people who aren't thinking about selling sort of your investment properties or second homes. This is for people who are going to be selling their house that they live in and they need a new house. So first of all, a good thing to remember is that whether or not your income has gone up since you bought your house, your buying power almost certainly has, because the interest rates are really low. So you can afford a higher monthly mortgage payment at a higher price of a house. So a lot of times you're selling a house because you're upgrading in some way or going bigger in some way, especially during COVID. Everybody, a lot of people really want a bigger house right now, or at least one more room, some space to go to. They need a playroom, you need a real office, you need another bathroom, whatever it is. So you are probably able to afford more house. You almost certainly have a lot more equity in your house than you think you did because prices went up so high. And so that's the good news. The second good news is that you are moving up in a price range. And the further you move up in price ranges, the sort of more balanced it's becoming, the less and less of such a strong seller's market. So if you are selling your house at $350 and now you're looking in the $450, you don't have as many buyers at $450 as you did at $350. So it's going to be a little bit less chaotic than you probably have in your head. Now, what are the options for actually selling your house? So we can ask for a quick close. So maybe you know where you're going to stay temporarily. Maybe you can even afford to get pre-qualified for a house, for your new house, while you still own your current house. And then we can look for your house, get you moved in, or get that closed and then list your house. So we can ask for a really quick close so that you don't carry two mortgages for too long. Or you can ask a buyer coming in, we can say, no, you know what, we really want a longer close because we don't have a place to rent in the interim of finding houses. And we really only want to move once. We want to go from this house to our next house because we've got kids and dogs and we're in the middle of a pandemic and we can't keep moving. Okay. So then we're going to put out the messaging that maybe we want a longer close, say a 45 or 60-day close. What's the benefit of that? Well, you're going to need to make an offer on your new house that is contingent on the current house selling. That's really tricky in this market, right? Because houses are selling fast and sellers want the cleanest deal possible. They want it to close fast. But what that allows us by doing a long close is we can get the buyer buying your house. We can get them past the inspection phase. We can get the appraisal all the way completed. And then you still have, say, 30 days left to close on your house. So now when you are submitting an offer on your house, the buyer of your house is already pretty much clear to close. There's no more hurdles. It is very unlikely they are going to back out, and it makes your offer a little bit stronger. And that's how we get our sellers into new houses. And then we also have huge resources of temporary rentals, Airbnbs, furnished and unfurnished. We know people don't want to have to totally move a bunch of times, so we will help you find moving companies, discounts at storage places. If you just want to move and have your stuff put in storage and go into a temporary, like an Airbnb already furnished type place, we will help you find all those resources. And so, yeah, that's the crux of it. It is not as crazy as it sounds, but it is busy. There's a lot of moving parts. So it's really important if you're thinking about selling your house that we have that conversation, because I don't want to list your house. I don't want your house to go on the market tomorrow if I don't know where you're going to go in 31 days when your house closes. So it's a conversation we're going to have. We're going to make sure there's a plan that you feel really comfortable with. and we're going to do it in a way where you're always sort of protected, and it's not a week before closing, you don't know where you're going. We're not going to do that. We do really want more listings, but we don't want anyone not at the cost of someone being homeless for a few weeks. And then finally, the last reasoning being, if more people would just sell their house or put their house up on the market, that would help balance things out more, because you'd get more houses on the market. Some of them wouldn't also become buyers because they're selling their secondary houses, or maybe they're going to be renters, or maybe they're moving out of state, and that will help balance it eventually. So we will get there. We will get to a more balanced market eventually, but for right now, I think it's really important we sort of educate everyone, both buyers and sellers, on the hard parts of it being a strong seller's market. And I think a lot of times people don't explain that to the sellers, because all they're hearing is they're going to get tons of money for their house and it's going to sell fast, and that is most likely true, but we do need to have a plan in place to get you into your next house. So and I do, and so do everyone with Long. And so I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that if you have been thinking about selling, you understand that we really are looking out for your best interests throughout the whole transaction, and it's not just about the sell. And I hope this video helps illustrate that we've got lots of actions and plans in place to protect you the entire time. If you have any comments, questions, or you're thinking about buying and selling, give me a call. My phone number is 520-444-8175. Have a great week. Talk soon. Bye.